Cass, do you want me to share my screen for the?
Yes, if you could, please, that would be great. Chris, are you able to make that larger for everybody?
Yes. Is that good? Larger?
Probably larger. Even though, I don't know, ask Craig, he's got his new eyes.
That's about as large as I'm at 160 on my screen.
Okay.
That's too big now.
Is it too big?
Oh, no, we're good. All right, so Karen, you need to open rule hearing. You're on mute.
Oh, man, I've been talking this whole time too. Making all kinds of jokes. Nobody heard them. Like, man, maybe I'm not funny right now. All right, so it's 9 o'clock, so we are going into rulemaking. Did I say anything else?
Yes, our rule, actually, the first rule number.
Oh, okay. So, all right, we're starting with OAR 811-010-0112 on the Recognized Chiropractic Specialty Program.
Perfect. So what you're seeing in red line is the changes that we had previously talked about in our last meeting. And if there's any other further changes, I'm not sure what the highlight is in number. Oh yeah, we rearranged it too, right?
Okay, because yeah, that's what's in our packet is just the highlight.
Yeah.
We don't have all the red line.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. I apologize for that. This was just the exact language we took from the other board, the other.
Yeah. From Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, looks good to me. Anybody else have thoughts?
So obviously this one's going to be 1, this is going to be 2, this is 3, 4. And 5.
With the merger of NBCE and FCLB, do we need to write NBCE or hyphen NBCE on everything, or is there an official name change or anything like that that we need to do?
Not yet, because that merger has not yet been voted in, so that
Yeah.
happens in April. And so if, when and if that merger happens, then we can readdress, all of our references. So like our May meeting or our July meeting, we may clean some of this up, but I would wait until that vote happens.
Yeah. So I for me, as it stands, looks good.
Okay. So anyone want to make a motion to adopt as amended?
This is Lori. I will move that we adopt as amended OAR 811-010. Can you scroll up?
0112.
Thank you.
Or no, 0012. Whoa.
Well, actually,
actually they're different.
Yes, so we have contradiction in our agenda versus this document. So can we
Okay.
verify which number we're looking at? Is it
It's this
0012 or 0112? Because our agenda has it as 0112.
It has it as 0112.
Yes.
Let me see.
Mine has it as 0012.
Well, you mean the document in the packet versus on the agenda? Like that's
I'm looking at the actual rules.
Mine are different.
Oh, I would look it up, but I don't want to blank out my screen.
It's 0112.
Okay, so this document is wrong then. All right, but the agenda is correct.
Yeah, I mean, at least from what I could find on the, our website.
Okay,
It's 0112.
thank you.
Sorry about
So-
that, guys.
No, you're good. We have a motion on the table from Lori to adopt as amended. A second.
Second.
Thanks, Scott. Then Karen, you want to call roll?
Yes, so, all right, we have a motion and a second. All right.
Any discussion?
Yeah, any discussion? Okay, so let's vote. Scott? Saw your mouth move. I didn't hear anything. I think you
Aye.
said okay.
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
I don't see Mike back on here. John?
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
And Micah?
Aye.
And I for myself. Right, it passes.
Perfect.
Okay, let's move on. OAR 811-010-0020 on name changes.
This was purely just a change in the actual title of the rule, it looks like. And
Yeah.
numbering each of the part of the paragraph.
Yeah, any comments on that? Okay, it looks good. Anybody want to make a motion?
I move to accept OAR 811-010-0020 as amended.
Second.
Who was the second on that one?
Scott?
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, all right, let's vote. Start with Scott.
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Oh, Mike's back. I think, at least I see his name.
I'm here.
Okay. What's your vote?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm having major IT
Okay.
problems. I can go into that later.
All right, we'll skip you on this one. Lori
Aye.
and Micah?
Aye.
And I for myself. Okay, motion passes. Okay, so now we're going to move on. OAR 811-015-0025, continuing chiropractic education. And so is the only change that I could see was the vitals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the D down here.
Okay.
We require the vitals training log right now, but we didn't have it in the rules. We just wanted to fortify it more.
Does the line need some sort of punctuation or not?
Like semicolon behind here.
It would be a
Or what?
period, if anything.
Yeah, period. Yeah, because that's the last one.
Lori,
in
we
that
can't hear you.
section. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the last letter in that section? So it'd be
It
a
is.
period.
It's the last,
Yeah.
it's the last letter in the series, so it would be a period. Yep.
Okay. All right, well, if we're good, anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept OAR let's see. OAR 811-015-0025. and accept as it is,
As amended, yeah.
as amended. Thank you.
Second. I
Second.
said,
I heard Lori.
Nailed it.
Sorry,
Okay,
Cory.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
aye.
John,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
okay, Lori,
Aye.
and Micah.
Aye.
And I for myself, motion passes. Okay, and moving on to OAR 811-035-0015, unprofessional conduct in the chiropractic profession.
This
And
one, the 34 was just added.
yeah. Okay. Any thoughts on that?
I will make a motion to adopt as amended. What are we at? 811-035-0015.
Second.
Go, Cory.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay,
And Corey was the one who seconded, is that right?
Yeah.
yes. Okay, then we shall vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
and Micah.
Aye.
And I for myself, motion passes. Okay, and then our last rule. Oh, feels like the fastest we've gone through these. OAR 811-010-0093, guide to policy and practice questions.
This
This
is
is just-
only updating the date.
Okay, good. Let's take in the packet. I noticed the October 242nd,
Yeah.
but it's just okay, just the 24th.
It really should
Yeah.
have just been, have that be appropriate, it should have been a January, because January, as we know, has 242 days within the month of January. So that would have been the best thing ever. But yeah, no, it's going to be October 24th.
Okay.
I
Alright.
move
I'll
to,
make a,
It's October 22nd. On the PMP, it's the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, which day, so what was our board meeting date?
It was the 22nd and 23rd, so
Yeah, so it would be the 22nd, not the 24th. Thanks, Heather.
I heard somebody started to make a motion.
that was me.
Oh.
And then I faltered. Anyway, I'll make a motion to accept OAR 811-010-0093 as amended.
Second.
Second from Lori.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks.
we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, Scott?
Second. Or sorry, aye.
Corey,
aye.
John?
Third. Aye.
And, Mike,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
and Micah.
Aye.
And I for myself, motion passes. Okay, that ends our rule hearings. Nicely done, everybody.
Good job, Board Press.
Okay, so then we jumping down to
Yeah, so,
Number
you know,
8,
number 7 on the agenda is just
Mhm.
really letting everyone know we have an interview tomorrow. And then number 8 for administrative rules review and discussion. So for those new to this process, this is our kind of what Dr. Mutter was referring to earlier. Is we're doing a general review of our rules, and so you're going to see blocks of rules come to you for review, and if there needs to be changes, and so this one is part of that. Krista, can you enlarge that a bit?
Oh, yeah.
So you could barely, you can see only one letter on your screen, but yeah, that's great. So the question before the board is, do these need changing? And if so, the matter is to enter rulemaking in our next meeting.
Have we, in the time since we last reviewed, or it was last reviewed, have you guys run into any problems
With this rule, no.
Yeah.
No.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a reason we are discussing this? Because I'm a new board member, so can you tell me the background?
Oh, yeah. So no, there is no reason, kind of what Karen was referring to. We haven't seen any problems or questions with this rule. This is just purely part of our regular review of our rules to see if there's needing to be updating. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah. And staff too, if we've seen anything, any clarification needed, chime in too, because I'm not on that side of things often.
Do we need a comma on 2 between histology and et cetera? For that.
No.
Where was
Yeah,
that, Heather?
there should be a comma there.
I couldn't understand where.
In number 2, where your cursor is between histology and et cetera.
So just to remind myself, if it's a change that is that minor, just a grammatical, does that have to go to our March meeting to vote on that?
Krista, I would know better than I.
I think that would go through as a minor change.
Okay.
This one will. So I'm going to submit it as a minor change.
If that's the
And
only
they'll
change.
Yeah.
I want to pull up the reference to the statute and see if that statute's still relevant to us. The ORS, what is it? ORS 684.
Mm-hmm.
050.
And it's referring to sub 4 requirements in minor surgery, pathology, and physiotherapy.
Huh. So, because 4, if I'm reading it right, that just talks about the minimum hours, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would imagine be evaluated for minimum educational requirements in minor surgery. It doesn't, I'm not sure why they referenced that citation there.
Mm-hmm.
I would say to delete that citation,
The 4 or this whole.
the whole citation, or we could leave it as general, the 684.050 would make sense. And just delete the subsection.
Mm-hmm.
This one right here. Because I have to have some kind of statutory authority.
I'm not sure what you're saying is this one right here, the subsection in the
This?
citation.
I think at the very
No,
top,
no,
Chris.
up above, Krista, in the text.
Oh, this one right here. Just get rid of
Yes.
this.
No, get rid of just the sub.
Got it.
Is physiotherapy not required by CCE standards?
I believe it is, it's just not within our statute. So if you look at 684.050 sub 2B, it's mentioned.
And 3B.
I'm sorry, 3B,
Yeah.
yeah, 3B. So that's why I just want to make this citation generic for the full statute.
I think we're gonna have to move this if we're taking
Yeah,
out statutes.
It will need to, it will need to go
Yeah.
to rulemaking. And actually
Mhm.
where you were below, Krista, is appropriate to change that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep the 5 for
Yes,
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's the other one? I didn't look that
actually,
one up.
let me pull out 1555, let's see. This is additional powers of the board. Sub 5 is determine the chiropractic schools, colleges, and institutions and the training acceptable in connection with licensing under this chapter. That's appropriate to leave.
Yeah.
So the question before the board is we need to enter rulemaking. So if anybody has a motion. Any other changes?
Is this the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, it's the second. Sorry, it's B.
Okay, thank you. I move that we move into rulemaking in March in OAR 811-020-0011.
Oh, hold on a minute. You had cited the wrong rule. So it's
Okay,
811-020-0006.
Oh, no, you're right. It is. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That was my fault, Lori.
okay. That one. In March.
I'll
Second.
second.
Is that Mike or Karen?
Who are you giving that to? I need a name for the second.
I'll give it
That's it.
up.
I say Mike.
It's fine.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Can
Well,
can I stop for a sec?
yeah.
Lori, can you redo that to just enter rulemaking and not rulemaking in March? Only because we have 24 hours to get this in the bulletin. I think we'll make it, but if there's an issue, does that matter? If they're saying March or
No,
not?
it does matter, actually, Krista, thank you. So, but procedurally, we have a motion and a second.
Okay,
So
got it.
let's let that, that motion die. So, and then we'll have a second. So,
Yeah.
so a second motion and a second.
So essentially vote no
Right.
to redo it. Okay. Well, and okay, so Scott.
Nay. Not nay? No. I don't know which one it was. No.
It's nay. Yeah. No,
Nay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Corey,
Okay.
Mike,
Yeah, nay.
John,
Nay.
Lori,
Nay.
Micah,
Nay.
and nay for myself. Motion fails.
And can I just want to explain a little bit. So since this board meeting is at the end of the month, we have to submit all of these, get them approved with the Secretary of State, and it goes in this bulletin that's distributed. And you have to do that by the end of the month. So that leaves us only Friday to get every single one of these into the Secretary of State, have them approve it. And if there's any issues at all, they send them back and it's the last day, so they're really busy. So I mean, we're trying to meet the deadline, but because this board meeting comes so late and our next board meeting, you have to get in, you have to get in within 30 days. So if we don't make this bulletin, we won't be bringing this up in March. Because if we get it in February, it won't post until March. Does that make sense? Did I make that more confusing?
No, I think it totally makes sense, Krista, and thank you for being on top of the timing. So yeah, so from here on out, if we want to get into rulemaking, enter rulemaking, just make sure it's just a generic enter rulemaking and not include a month on that.
Okay.
Toil.
Well, and now that we're back
toil.
talking about it, I see under number 1, it has the little, it wants is to probably be are.
Number 1,
Yeah,
R.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
And then also for 2, 36 hours are required.
Yeah, that was the only other thing that I was gonna actually make a comment on, but
Okay.
all right. Anybody want to make a motion for
No.
generic rulemaking?
I will make a motion that we enter rulemaking in OAR 811-020-0006.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
John,
I,
Lori,
Did you say Lori?
I did, yeah.
Sorry, I.
Micah,
Aye.
and I for myself. Motion passes. Okay, so we'll move on to OAR 811-020-0011. And so this is just saying if may be available to just anybody that requests it.
Yeah. I don't see a need for any changes here, but
Yeah, and if you haven't run into any problems with this one, then
yeah, no, we haven't.
okay. So then if we are keeping it, is it
Oh,
a-
actually, the only thing, sorry,
no.
is the sub 4 in the other statutes
Mm.
on listed below. And to close the parenthetical in 155 sub 5. And with that, I don't know, Krista, if we need to enter rulemaking on that or not.
I think we do because we're taking out a statute.
Oh, no, we're not taking out statute, we're just taking
Oh,
out
that
the reference to the
subsection.
subsection.
Mhm.
So, okay, well, we'll need to enter rulemaking then.
I mean, that one does say that subsection is the minimum number of academic hours in an approved chiropractic college may not be less than 4,200 or the equivalent requirement in semester or quarter credits. Would that be applicable? Because this is just talking about schools.
I would rather just reference the general statute.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case anything changes later on.
Okay, so then we need a motion to enter rulemaking for this.
I will make a motion to enter rulemaking on OAR 811-020-0011.
Thanks, Scott.
Yep.
Second.
Corey, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
John,
I,
Lori,
I.
Micah,
Aye.
and I for myself. Motion passes. Okay, next one is OAR 811-021-0005 on educational standards for chiropractic schools, colleges, institutions, and universities. Okay. So, if anything, change the January 2018 to 2026, since we're looking at it now?
Yeah, that's what I was
Or-
just looking, so. Yeah, I would imagine to change the date on that. And then it's educational standards, so that would be are hereby adopted, and then pull that period and remove that space. And again, the statute below, well, no. 155 sub 5 is fine.
Mhm. Okay, and so this one needs to go to rulemaking then, right, with the
It
date
does.
change and, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion to enter rulemaking on OAR 811-021-0005.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, we'll vote. Scott? I saw his mouth move, but I don't know if the recording picked it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's delayed. Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Lori?
I,
Micah?
Aye.
And I for myself, motion passes. Okay, next one, OAR 811-010-0006. That is on the fee notice, the workforce, oh,
Hold on a second. So again, there's a discrepancy
the-
between our
Yeah.
agenda and what this
oh,
is.
and the number?
Yeah, so which one is it? 06 or 08? See,
I'm gonna
Eight.
stop sharing for a second.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, you're
Kristen,
looking it
hold-
up. Okay.
Hold on just a sec.
I think it's 8. Fees, right, yeah, so it's 8.
Yeah, it should be, hold on a minute.
8.
I just want
8.
to double check. Give me a second.
So
Yeah, it's 8.
I have a question on, so when we changed the pricing, when we changed the fees, it's not, now this, it looks like this time it's only talking about the workforce fees.
Yes.
But on, when I, at least when I look it up, although it's not the OBCE, or I mean Oregon.gov site, but on the public law, it's, the fees do not match up what we increased them to.
Public law is a completely separate, non-reliable website
Okay.
first. But also the legislature, in the statute that they passed at last session, there was a little bit of discrepancy. So these should match the rule and the statute at this point. We'll double check that. So Krista, if we want to make note, please, of double checking our fee rule that aligns with our statute.
And I'm looking it up now that I'm actually on the Secretary of State page, and it does, from what I can see, it does match.
Okay. Yeah, publiclaw.org or whatever that, it's not reliable.
And that was the first one that came up when I was looking at the number.
Yeah.
So, okay. Perfect. Sorry, just had to.
Yeah, no, you're good. And so for our agenda, then our agenda needs to be amended to include 811 and 010-0008 rather than 6.
Okay.
And in that regard, we can move ahead with the rule review. And thank you, Miriam. Yes, so the OHA is proposing a change to have this fee be $4. I think they have a sliding scale in their rulemaking. Originally, they were going to have it implemented as of January, but then that was too close in time from when they noticed all of us. So now it's going to change to $4. But this doesn't need to be in effect until July. So this is kind of here ahead of time. And we can go into rulemaking in March or in May, and have it be in line when OHA rolls it out. But that should change from $2 to $4. And to be clear, so we don't see any of those monies. Essentially that it's paid to us and then we end up having to pay OHA. So we're kind of the pass through for those funds.
Cass, do we know an exact date in July that it'll be?
I would imagine July 1st, but they haven't gone into rulemaking yet on it. I mean, to a final rulemaking, I would say July 1, but I don't know. Because that's the beginning of the biennium, the new biennium. Or I'm sorry, not the new biennium, the new fiscal year.
Mhm.
Heather, you have something of note?
Well, because I'm just, and this is not on the agenda, I was just noticing 5A, that we have a civil penalty for not updating email business mailing addresses. And I think it should probably include last name affidavits, because we just added that into the other rule. But I don't know if that should come back the next time or.
No,
Just
we can make whatever changes. So, failing to notify of changes to email, business, mailing addresses, and last names, you're thinking.
Or name change, any
Or
name
name
change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mailing addresses, comma, and any name changes.
Yeah.
Great, good
Thank you.
catch, thank you. Okay, so this will clearly need to be enter rulemaking. Any other changes down below?
Oh,
You're muted, Karen. What was that, Krista?
I wasn't talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
we did have this question, and so for the CAs, if you're 30 days past due during your grace period, there's a $25 fee. After the 30 days, we charge $50 because you have to do a manual renewal, but we stack those. So it's $25 and then it's $50. Does C&D make that clear that they're cumulative? Does that make sense?
Oh, you're saying so $50 for each what? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, so after 30 days, it's costing you $75 to renew.
Mhm.
So it's costing you $25 for your 30-day grace period and $50 because it's past your 30-day grace period. But this makes it sound like it's only $50, but it is $75.
Got it.
So should we change that to 75 to make it clearer?
I would not, I would just add into D
Mm-hmm.
a second sentence to D saying the fees in C and D. No, I would leave the 50, go back, make it a new sentence and say the delinquent fees found in subsection C and D are cumulative to total $75.
Delinquent fees. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh,
There you go.
and D are what?
our cumulative to total $75.
Cumulative for total.
Yeah.
I think that's just clearer
Yeah.
for people. I don't like the confusion. Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
All right. Someone wants to move for entering rulemaking?
I'll
I'll
make a
practice my
motion that
right
we
for the first
move.
time.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Whoa.
I can't. We have two folks that we can barely hear. So who wants to go? John?
I guess I would be the first time. I practiced my right just for the first time. So I moved that. What is this? The rule number?
Yeah. There you go.
811-010-0008.
To enter rulemaking?
Yes.
Second.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Excuse me. Any further discussion? All right, let's vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
and I for myself. Motion passes. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just put food in my mouth. All right, moving on to OAR 811-015-0030. Chiropractic obstetrics, minor surgery, and proctology.
So yeah, Miriam, we want to talk about this. She was looking over our policies and procedures for rotation and rounds and everything for OB-GYN certification. And the reference to subsection B and C don't make a whole lot of sense here. So I think we either need to take it out or include the proper subsections. So give it a
That was
read.
essentially the issue.
Yeah, give it a read and let us know what you want to change. And then we can enter rulemaking,
do you want me to go up or just stay right at number 4?
whatever the board wants to do.
Well, we haven't run into any problems with the other sections, right? Or,
No.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
No.
We can leave it here. So essentially, it's just changing the B and C to big A and big B. Is that why those are highlighted? Because that's what the more applicable one.
Yeah, so right now,
Mhm.
as it's written is little b refers to those A, B, and C,
Uh-huh.
and then the little c refers to the subsections lower.
Mhm.
And it doesn't quite make a whole lot of sense. So
Yeah.
what could happen is, Miriam, so if you just take out subsection C of that, would that make more sense? So you're talking about all of section B, little
Oh,
b?
I guess, I mean, as long as they know that they have to do those two things,
Yeah, I think if we just take
big
out,
A and big B.
yeah, if you just take out evidence of subsection, so delete the plural on yep, and then just take out.
This
Um,
should
yeah,
be
and
at,
C.
You just take
right?
out and C, yeah, subsection B of this section have been, or has been, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that good?
Yep.
I think it works now, right?
Yeah, I think that
Yes.
makes more sense.
All right.
Okay.
We feel good about it. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to enter rulemaking on OAR 811-015-0030.
Second.
I'll second.
I heard Mike.
Ah,
Ha ha.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
and I for myself. Motion passes. Okay, that's all the rules we have on our list. So let's move down to number 9, discussion and action items. So we already did the intro to the board meeting. You want to talk about the report on rulemaking review?
Yeah, so that's in your materials. We just have to let the legislature and the governor's office know what we've done in the last year. And so thank you for Krista for collaborating on that. We just need a vote to ratify that letter.
And that's the one that starts on page 40 of our packet, right? The notice of proposed rulemaking.
I don't have the
Is that what
packet in
that
front of
is?
me.
Okay. Actually, that's the one about the workforce fees.
Staff, can you let us know what page we're looking on?
I can bring it up.
Thank you.
This just shows what we did, the rules, the adopted, and which ones they are.
Yeah, thank you. So John, this is your example of what we've done in the last year for our new board members.
Can you say that again? So this is for new board members?
Oh, yeah. So I just said this is an example of what we did in all of 2025. So just give you a
Mhm.
sense of what we've reviewed and what we've changed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, so we need a motion to ratify.
Yep.
Okay, well, so if I said I make a motion to ratify the report on rulemaking.
Second.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote. Scott,
Aye.
Corey,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
I for myself. Motion passes. Okay, so next one is looking to ratify the tribal relationship report memo.
Yep. You want to pull that up, Krista?
Yep.
Thank you.
Getting it over.
It looks like I got a little energetic on my in the second,
Yeah.
in my second sentence. But, but really, we have, we provide information to the tribes if our rules are applicable to the tribes, and generally they aren't. And so we look at them for relevance and applicability. And I think in my tenure here, which has been now 11 and a half years, we've only had one instance of even just one case of a chiropractor that was practicing on tribal lands. And so that's been my sole experience with the tribes. I generally attend the government to government summit. And this year it conflicted with something that I think it actually conflicted with one of our board meetings. So, or maybe FCLB meeting, I don't quite remember, but generally I attend and represent the agency at that meeting. But here's our requirements and what we've done. And we just need to have it ratified like the other.
Sorry.
I motion to ratify the tribal relationship and cooperation policy.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, let's vote. Scott?
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
Micah?
Aye.
And I for myself. Motion passes. Okay, item D, so the revised immigration policy submissions.
And this, I don't believe you have materials in your packet because I still have a question out to the governor's office with regard to these policies. So we had amended these last year or the year before even. And I had submitted one. Anyway, I have a question out. This may come back to you in March in some. Or it may not, because we may have already done our required and fulfilled this requirement. So depending on what answer I receive, you may not see it in March because we've already finished. So
Okay.
There you have it.
And this isn't anything that needed any action done, right? This is just to inform.
It would have been, if we needed to revise the policy, we would have
Okay.
adopted the revision. But the folks hadn't seen all of the policies that were relevant. And so I provided them all the policies that we had revised last year, and we still have to wait on approval of those. So we'll see what they come back with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's move on to,
So yeah, no action from the
Oh.
board on that one.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to then item E, DC and CA photos on application. So
Yeah,
this
you wanna
was,
jump on
the conflicting info, right?
Yeah, there's just a discrepancy between what it has in the instructions part is 6 months, and then on the next spot they go to where they actually upload their photo, the applicant info one, it says 60 days. And so I just need to know what date you want to pick. I didn't see anything in the ORS about the date, but it is like one of the asterisk parts on the app. You can see on that very bottom of the screen, that applicant info, that they have to put a date in there. A lot of times they put their birth date, but and I send it back to them. But so I just don't know if you want 6 months or 60 days.
I mean, I'm okay with 6 months. I don't think there's a lot of change in people in that amount of time.
I think that's fine.
I imagine most will be sooner than that, but just to give them a little leeway. So Mike and I agree. Anybody else have any? What about you guys as staff? Do you have any concern about it being 6 months versus 60 days?
I don't.
Only one I would be concerned with is the CA application, when does that expire versus um
6 months.
6 months? Okay. So it's the same thing, 6 months, yeah.
Good question.
So it sounds like Heather, you're good with 6 months for each.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. It's no past years, that's what I tell them.
So is this something that we have to, this is just our website, right? So this doesn't require a vote to change?
I would
does-
actually, I would like a vote on it, just so if
Okay.
people question, we have the vote and ratification on it. So yeah.
Okay.
So a proposed motion would be to bring the DC and CA photos into consistency at 6 months requirement.
So then I'll say so moved.
There you go.
Heard a hiccup.
Mike, was that a second?
I guess so. Second. I heard somebody mumble and I thought that was it, and I was trying to sit back and be patient.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, so let's vote. Scott?
Aye.
Corey?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
Micah?
Aye.
I for myself. Excuse me, motion passes. Sorry about constantly clearing my throat. Okay, so then moving on to the item F, BC exam study materials.
Do you have that one?
Yeah, and that's in our packet too.
Yeah, this, I get a lot of, get a lot of.
Actually,
these
Heather,
things
hold
like
on.
other-
Heather,
Oh,
Heather,
yep.
hold on a minute. Your audio is really disjointed. So can you get off of video and see if that helps?
Gladly.
Try
Does that
that
help?
again. Yes, it helps a lot.
Maybe it's my sound bar. So I get a lot of, one, it's on the wrong letterhead, but never mind that. It was updated October 2020. I get a lot of people that are, what can I have to study? It's been a long time since I've taken, the course. Sometimes they're coming in from a different state. The links are broken for the P&T and stuff like that, which is an easy fix. But the recommended resources for it's a list of textbooks. And I didn't know if you guys wanted to update that. We're going to be looking over and going through the exam with our committee and updating the exam. But is it still relevant, or is it okay, or what?
Well, the ones that say like required reference texts for UWS, I don't know if those are still accurate. I don't know if that's changed. The minor surgery manual was written by the Crupper M, somebody that doesn't teach there anymore. So I don't know. Would we need to?
One thing that we could do is bring this to our exam review committee and have them look at it. Because we have folks from UWS that are part of that committee, and they can review it and see what they would propose to include. I think that's probably our best option.
Okay. Because I tend to lean towards, I don't want to say less is more, but you put in some of these specific texts, and then if they're no longer used,
Yeah.
Could we?
And if there's updated additions and
Mhm.
everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just bring it to our exam review committee to update and review.
Okay.
And we'll report back.
Okay. So that is done with section 9. Anybody need a bio break before we move on to section 10?
This is, I don't know, this
Okay.
is just curiosity because again, I've been practicing for 20 plus years. The OBGYN and the minor surgery has been, I know, on the Oregon board for examination. As far as I know, long as I have been practicing. And so, did we ever discuss this as, because there's only minor people, chiropractors who really practices this. And having this to be a main way of licensing the new chiropractors. Has ever discussed this is all maybe changes needed? Anybody?
I don't know what your question is other than because so few people practice it.
Yeah.
And why we include it still? Is that
Yeah.
basically your question?
Yes.
Partly because the board has traditionally, and this board as well, has not wanted to limit scope. And so by not making OB-GYN and minor surgery available, you are limiting scope. And we, as Oregon, are one of the states that has the broadest scope of chiropractic practice. And so that's kind of the reasoning is traditionally, back in the day, chiropractors were often, especially in rural counties and rural towns, were the only doctor available. And, the wild, wild west out here, they were the only doctors, available to folks. And so at that time, minor surgery, OB-GYN, that was the only person that they could do that work. And
Yes,
so,
which I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Just that again, I'm not disagreeing with any of what we discussed. Just that it's another thought. We like I said, I've been practicing for 25 years. I was always wondering why that is the case, even in 21st century. I guess
Yeah.
there's enough doctors out there to do this. Again, yeah, I see the point, but at the same time, I guess I'm being a devil's advocate in a way.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
no, I appreciate that.
I'm not sure the board members ever thought about this, but this always been in my head for a long time. I just gonna just toss it in there. I hope I'm not causing any problems, but
No.
yeah.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question to bring up to the board. So I don't know, board members, if you want to chime in.
Now, one of my struggles in my work outside of the board is the academic acumen of the profession in general. And I have concerns about anything that limits our scope of practice will channel us towards a lower academic acumen. And I have significant concerns about that pathway as a profession. And so I think it's useful that we maintain a high level of academic standard. And I'm also very respectful of not limiting our scope of practice. I do utilization of medical necessity review across multiple states, and I am on the phone with peer-to-peer consultations with chiropractors in other states that are significantly more limited, and it creates an oppressive culture for the profession in those other states that are more significantly limited than we are. And so we end up on the default of trying to maintain a very broad scope of practice in an effort to make sure we don't end up like one of those other states. And so it's much easier to maintain what you have than to try to get something back. If we were to lose it and then try to get it back, it's probably not coming back. These other states are having trouble with just basic things.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Looks like I cast the silence.
No, if anybody else wants to say anything, no, it's great. The questions are fantastic. Okay, so Karen, you want to move ahead on subsection 10?
Yep. All right. So on to correspondence. So let's talk about the Blue Cross coding and allowable changes.
So I don't usually bring those up. Do you want me to bring I don't mind. Do you want me to bring the comments up?
No, it's fine. Everyone has them in the materials. So this was just her concern, and we had already addressed it. And so we had addressed it in our special board meeting. That's pretty much the extent of that.
Mhm.
If the board wants me to respond in any way, I can, but I was not planning on it.
Like not responding to her message at all.
Yeah, let me,
Or-
actually, Krista, if you want to pull it up, it's fine.
Okay, let me get it. Hold on.
And in the meantime, I think we had a message in the chat. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. So Rebecca's saying, I think more licensees, this is with regard to the OB-GYN question. I think more licensees would be interested if it was affordable. Cost of insurance is pretty high if you can get it. A good point.
Okay, I'm almost there. Here was.
Yeah, I mean that when you pull it up, she references the Washington State Chiropractic Association. I mean, and that's what associations are for, right? Versus us as a board. So, I don't know, maybe her respond that it ask the OCA, that that's more
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, we could. And I know the OCA was involved. I mean, they were attending that meeting with us and talked about it.
Mm.
So, yeah, I can respond to OCA referral out.
Anybody else agree, disagree? Something different?
No, that makes complete sense.
Okay.
Great, we'll do.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next, healthcare workforce reporting updates from OHA.
Actually, Krista, you want to pull that up as well?
Yep, I'm getting them. I didn't have them up, sorry.
Thanks. No problem. Yeah, so this is where the fee change is discussed. $2 per license to $4 per license per year. And then I don't know if they mentioned the survey itself. So they had originally planned on all sorts of different changes, and we as a collective health professional and regulatory board section really pushed back because some of their changes were not necessary, we felt. And so some of what you're seeing here is some of that pushback. And that's it.
Okay.
That's purely informational.
Okay. Well, and so C is the merger from Dr. Mutter. Is there anything else we need to talk about with that?
No, actually, the information that we're going to need to talk about will be in exec for legal counsel. So that will be it.
Okay. Okay, so done with section 10. And we want to jump into work session?
Sure.
All right. So let's start with the public record request policy and procedures review.
And we are flying through this agenda. So, I think it's amazing, actually. So we can start exec, once we get through these two topics,
Mhm.
and maybe potentially take a lunch break Karen, I wasn't sure if your lunch break needed to go long today or was it tomorrow?
Just tomorrow's.
Okay. Take a lunch break or some kind of break and then come back into exec. But let's get through these two things and then we'll see what time we have. And so thank you, Heather. So Heather is on the brunt of receiving our public records requests. And oftentimes, and I want to put this out on public record, sometimes we get emails, much like the Chiropractic Federation sent us an email requesting our records. And that's actually, so we'll receive the email and then we will respond to whoever requests it via email saying, please fill out our form so we can track that form and track the status of that public records request. So if any entity needs records from us, please go to our website, fill it out from our website, and that gets submitted to us in the proper channels. So in the meantime, Heather was reviewing our public records request policy and procedures and has come up with some changes that are necessary. So Heather, what do you want us to do here? To changes the numbers?
Yeah, some of the ORSs that were referenced in it have changed.
Okay.
It's different. And if, you know, if we want to keep it correct, then
yeah.
do that.
And your second comment?
Don't know. I think I copied from the ORSs.
Okay.
So you can click on it on the right and it'll open it up. If you click into the comment, click into the comment so that you can see it. It should broaden it, I think.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll update those numbers.
And then I was just referencing what they were renumbered and then what it was renumbered to, and then what the ORS or the OAR says.
Okay.
Or ORS.
And so the public records request log, our updates, they were supposed to be updated quarterly. When was the last time it was updated?
2020, 2021.
Wow.
Also, I also don't know. So the public records request log that I fill out has email addresses, and I don't know if that's part of public record.
Yeah,
Like,
it would be.
Okay, then yeah, we just need to do that.
The only thing is the link on the websites is not linking to anything. I just wanted to let you guys know.
So we're telling people to fill out the public records request and it's not linking?
No,
No, just the public records request log that there's like a link in there that you can click on to look at the log, and that one is not working.
that's what we have in the quarterly basis.
Okay, so then I would say to leave this requirement on as quarterly basis. But then we will be updating the log and getting the link corrected. Okay. Anything else?
It was, yeah. I couldn't find the DAS policy.
So we can work on that because that is actually I've found it previously. That's where the number came from. But they may not have changed it in a long time, so they may have taken it down. But we'll find that. So we'll update that number.
I don't know. I thought we had just updated the OAR. Maybe after I had written it up.
And
I'm
so
just
then-
curious on the costs for like, for Heather's cost in that, did we just decide that to not charge her hourly rate? Because that's just, does that make sense? Where did the $15 just because?
It came from the DAS policy.
Got it.
Yeah, so we need to track down the most recent DAS policy and mirror that.
Well, I
We also
just, I
have the
just went,
OAR that has that, maybe
I just went through that,
the OAR doesn't have it.
the training you just sent me to, or the meeting on Monday with the
Mhm.
agency.
Yeah.
They were saying for public records, you can charge the cost of whoever is pulling that, as long as it's not you, Cass. You can't, if you pulled the records, we can't charge your salary, but we could charge an hourly, my salary or Miriam's or Heather's.
Okay, then let's work on this offline and bring it back a revised version, and we'll look at DAS's public records policy, and you're talking about the Government Ethics Commission, right, Krista? So
Yes.
we'll compare DAS and OGEC and come back with a red line version of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just did a quick search, and what I'm seeing so far on just other agencies' pages was 25 cents a page, and
Yeah.
so
I mean, yeah, we haven't updated this since 2017, so it's due.
mhm.
The OAR that's listed on there has a, on number 3, request requiring record search. The labor is $25 per hour or partial hour. So that the 0010060.
So that should be $25 already.
So
Is that
I
what you
don't know if we just need to update that or not.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just come
Okay.
back with it for March.
Okay,
Great.
perfect. All right. Move on to the CA training syllabus.
Heather, are you pulling it or am I pulling it? Do you want me to pull it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
having
that's
trouble. Yeah. You're already sharing your screen.
Yeah, I can do it. I
You're
got
good
it.
at it, Krista.
I got it.
I mean, you know how to do the edits, and it's wonderful.
Mhm.
So I believe this is an updated one that we pulled from the new CA study guide, isn't it?
So what are you needing to have happen with this?
If this is the new one, then I just wanted to bring it to the board to make sure it looks good, and then be able to send that out and have it posted.
To ratify this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I pulled it from the chapter heading of the new study guide that was approved.
Can you scroll up, Krista? Okay, great, thank you.
Because we also have the old one in our packet too, right? You put that in right after it, so we could compare.
Oh,
At least it looks like in mine. You don't need, I don't think you need to pull it up on screen. but-
okay.
Well, I really like that the didactic just has the 8 hours at the top rather than each section of how much time. Versus, in the old one.
Yeah. F, continuing education. I think education should be lowercase. Put that up. Just what matches the rest of them.
Yeah.
So, wait,
In
was that a
F, in-
change?
Yeah, when in 1F, just education can be lowercase.
The education part.
For 2C, should it just be unprofessional conduct, or is there a reason why we are calling out sexual specifically?
What it, in the study guide, that was the title heading.
Okay.
That I just pulled title headings from the study guide, so it would just match up with this. Like, this is kind of like the study guide, table of contents almost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that actually basically it is.
I think it looks great, Heather.
Was this the last thing that we needed on this, the CA manual? And
Almost.
it's been so many years now, I just can't remember what we've got left.
I think the last step is what, Heather, incorporating the pictures or no?
Yeah, I've added pictures in, and since we are going to, I don't know how to add the captions to the pictures, and then we also have a deal of the accessibility that Chris, the training that Chris has been going through. So I've been kind of trying to figure out how to make sure that it meets those requirements. So
Yeah, so thank you for the reminder. So, board, you need to be aware that, so as I think the accessibility requirements that Heather just mentioned are required of us like by the end of April, I believe, this year, meaning our website needs to be able to be read at a certain level. Photos that we have and PDFs that we have posted, including the study guide, needs to include alternative text for readability by different software. And so that's what we're working on. And so that's kind of the hang up. So as much as we got so much going on that CA study guide and we were so ready to print or to send out, it was like, oh wait, we need to actually also address this piece. And it was actually really good timing to do that so that we could, make sure that it was accessible. But it's just giving us a little bit of headache to try to do that with the pictures also to line them up. Because we do want to include the pictures. So anyway, that's where we are. And
Okay.
we'll work on figuring that out and get that out as soon as we can.
I do have a question on what you've got there, what under the muscular types of muscles and then associated muscular. That was the heading that we used, was just associated muscular.
Which
Sure.
number is that, Karen?
So that is number 5, A 3.
3.
let me look.
Mhm.
I'm looking at the study guide real quick. Muscular anatomy. Is that it? And then associated skeletal muscular anatomy.
That's what the third section is.
So I'm looking at 5. 5. I've got. Associated skeletal muscular anatomy. That's all.
That doesn't seem right.
Do we have to need that?
That doesn't seem right.
Skeletal. Not Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Where's He-Man?
Wait, is it not Skeletor? Is it Skeleton? Wait, is it Skeletor?
Skeletal.
Skeletal? Who said that?
Skeletor.
Musculoskeletal.
Associated skeletal muscular, what now? What are you saying? What is it, Heather?
Anatomy.
Anatomy at
can't
the
even-
end.
Anatomy.
I really want Skeletor and Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
He-Man and She-Ra.
Princess
Do
of
we need
Power.
Who's Gen X and who isn't? Okay, so body, do we need body anatomy in there, or are you just wanting them alone? Body and, or bony and muscular?
However you want to put it. I've got, you know, it's different than what the study guide, because we must have done some edits. I bring this back next time and let me do some edits on here, because this stuff got renumbered.
Okay,
moved around.
yeah, just
Yeah,
bring
let
back,
me-
let's just bring back the
uh,
red line in March.
Yep.
I had a quick
Let me-
question. What's skeletal muscular anatomy versus muscular anatomy? I don't remember what was in that section, but that just seems like a mouthful for three to be associated skeletal muscular anatomy.
Joints, ligaments, tendons. The
Why
definition.
don't we just call it that?
Mhm.
Not to make any edits. Sorry. Oh, never mind. I take it back.
Let me do a little fixing on the syllabus and bring it back to you guys with the study guide. So you can we can compare the two and make sure they match up of what
Yep.
what the syllabus is.
I'm gonna throw out a question that Heather's gonna hate me for probably, but
Yeah.
does anybody think it would be useful if there were page numbers associated with each section? If it's referring to our manual.
I'm all
I mean,
for
yeah,
saying yes.
I mean, one thing that's missing on the syllabus is that there's no indication that it's referring to the manual. So we
Uh-huh.
could also include that.
I don't know if that will, if the accessibility changes, if that'll mess with page numbers depending on what they're looking at it
I
on.
think well, and I think what I can do then is just pull when I add the pictures, it changes the page numbers because it moves text and stuff. When I get to pictures, I have the pictures added in, but I just need to make sure, like, if I need captions, it's going to change the text some also. But I can, if the pictures are in and it's completed and it's done, I can, when I make the table of contents, I can just pull the table of contents and make that the training syllabus, and then have the page numbers that way. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
If you want page numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. I will work on that.
Okay, then it looks like that is the end of our public session, amazingly.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's up to you, Karen and board, if we want to take it's now just at 10:30. If you want to take a break and then enter executive session before lunch, we could do that.
I'm good with that. Seems since it's still so early, maybe take like a 15-minute break and then work for an hour or so
Yeah.
and then take lunch.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, so let's do that. Before we go take a break though, read the executive session summary.
Okay.
And then board members will get off of this room, will delete or get out of this room and meet us into exec in 15 minutes. So the link to the exec session.
Okay. So read both paragraphs under section 12.
Yep. Have fun.
Okay. All right. The Oregon Board of Chiropractic Examiners will now meet in executive session to consider information or records that are exempt from public inspection, including advice from legal counsel, and to consider information obtained as part of an investigation into licensee or applicant conduct. This executive session is held pursuant to ORS 192.661, ORS 192.6602, F and L, ORS 678.126, ORS 676.165, and ORS 676.1751. Members of the news media may remain during executive session, but are directed not to report on, record, or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or information discussed during the executive session. If you are a member of the public, attendees attending through MS Teams will now be removed from the virtual room, and audience members attending in person are asked to leave the room for the duration of the executive session. At the end of the executive session, the board will return to public session for the purpose of taking formal action on matters discussed in executive session. While the board is in public session, the public video stream will be available. If there are any questions about whether the board remains in executive session, you may contact info@obce.oregon.gov. Whew. Okay, all right, so let's get into exec at 10:45.
Perfect. See you there, guys.
All right, see you there.